4 cash and transit robbers have been killed in KwaMashu after a shooting with police. The suspects are believed to have been involved in a spate of cash and transit robberies in eThekwini district. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan, part of our team, now at the scene of the latest incident, and she joins us now live. Karinda, what do we know at this early stage around what happened earlier this morning?
Indeed, Ayana, good morning to you. Well, we're just going to give you the scene as it is right now, where 4 suspects have been killed. These are suspected CIT robbers or suspects that were killed earlier this morning here in KwaMashu, and right now police are clearing the scene. I'm just going to quickly grab Brigadier Jay Naika, who joins us now. Jay, thank you so much for speaking to us on Newzroom Afrika. I think, of course, we know that the suspects were found with several items. Do we know that they're linked to the 2 very recent CIT heists we saw here?
We're not too sure at this stage in which actual robberies, but we found a vehicle with Limpopo number plates on it. There's also a large quantity of number plates in the vehicle, registration plates of different vehicles. And the investigators were telling me that one of the registration plates was seen at one of our cash and transit robberies a few months back. There's 4 firearms on the scene, but there's a lot of explosives that are used in these cash and transit robberies. So these guys are definitely involved in cash and transit robberies.
Just in terms of the suspects, are these suspects that police, and I see Hawks as well, were looking at for a long time? Is this a prolonged investigation?
So with the cash and transit robberies, we have a multidisciplinary task team, and they consist of various disciplines from SAPS, and includes the Hawks and crime intelligence. So they have been following the recent spate of robberies in KZN, and they received information that this morning that some of these cash and transit robbers were hiding at the safe house here in KwaMashu.
Maybe give us some insight as to how the shootout occurred, and maybe if we can ask you to just step this way so our viewers can see the scene as it is. But what happened this morning with police?
So the police officers were able to verify this premises, and at approximately 6:30 this morning they approached the premises and breached the premises. The mistake these men made is to try to shoot their way out of this scene. So during the shootout, all 4 men were fatally wounded. As I indicated, 2 of them were armed with automatic rifles and 2 were pistols. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, because we know in these cash and transit robberies, there's very large groups, 10 to 15 men sometimes. So there's definitely a lot of them outstanding. So our work is still not done, but we're very happy with the work of the task team, and we're quite convinced that they're up to the task. They will find the outstanding groups, outstanding men that were part of this group.
Certainly so, Brick. I mean, we just saw another CIT heist just last night, very close to where we are. What does this mean with regards to CIT heists? Are police concerned about the proliferation of these cases?
We're very concerned. Because, and we're working with these security companies that are moving money around. Because whilst we know these suspects are very brazen, we've seen it. They're not afraid to shoot. We get into a shootout with police. So definitely they won't hesitate to shoot security guards. So we don't blame them, when they are attacked and they offer little resistance. But our concern is it's possibly a lot of inside information, because they are robbed very easily. These suspects seem to know their routes and know what times. So this is very well. This planned way ahead of time. So we are working with the security companies to see how we can, better assist them to avoid this type of thing happening.
Finally, Brigadier, does this mean there's going to be more of a national intervention into these cases? Because we see it happening countrywide, but more recently, especially here in KZN.
Definitely these suspects move across provinces. As I indicated to you, the detectives tell me that 2 of the men are from Limpopo. So there's no doubt that they are moving across provinces. But as I indicated, our task team is quite up to the task, as demonstrated this morning, and they are on the track. It seems very positive at this stage, and it's just a matter of time that we get the remainder of this group.
Brigadier Jay Naika, thank you so much for your time today. Brigadier, just speaking on the scene of the CIT suspect shootout here in KwaMashu, it's the corner of Queen Nandi Drive and Sikindi Road. You see police have cordoned off the specific area, and the house that they're in front of was believed to be, as police quote, a safe haven for the suspects that were allegedly part of the CIT robbery and heist. And of course, what we know going forward, police say, is that the be the only suspects involved. They believe that these heists occur with the assistance of a large number of people, and so police are going to be working around the clock to find more suspects that could be linked to these heists. And of course, what we know is that this is a national issue, especially because two of the suspects who were killed here today were apparently from Limpopo, according to police, and so they were also found with vehicle registration plates that showed they were from Limpopo, as well as several firearms, several explosives, AK-47s, an R5 rifle, and signal jammers, essentially the tools that they apparently or allegedly used to carry out these heists. We know just last night there was a CIT heist on the N2 very close to where we are now, as well as the day before another CIT heist bombing nearby in Inanda. So certainly we are seeing police work on the ground, but they do have a lot of work to do. And as we stand here just in Umlazi, south of Durban, there was a shootout, not necessarily related to what's happening here, but still showing the number of criminal elements that are occurring across the province.
Certainly an important story. This Karinda Jagmohan, thanks for bringing us the latest. She's live to us there from KwaMashu as we watch our breaking news story there. 4 cash and transit heist suspects killed in a shootout with police this morning.